Tell us a little bit about plans for Ken. You're on the entertainment jury, and what does entertainment mean to you? I mean, as an advertising agency executive, what are the opportunities to be entertaining or to provide content or your message outside of the 30-second spot or the billboard or a banner ad?
Sure, I think the onus this year on the entertainment category is quite large because they dropped the word branded from entertainment. So I think it has to go above and beyond what we've typically considered to be entertaining content that was on behalf of a brand and rise to the level of entertainment at large. So when you think about what advertising has to do these days, it has to compete with every movie, every book, every TV show that's out there now downloaded at the push of a button, every video game. Everything is competing for our attention. So we need to create experiences for people and content for people that rises to that level, that caliber of entertainment, to the point where they want to engage with it regardless of knowing that it may be on behalf of a brand.
Let's talk about, just in general, the palette that you paint with these entertainment campaigns, if you will, or branded campaigns or campaigns that are different. What's the scope of it, and what are considerations when you create these things?
Sure. Well, one of the things that I think is really important is to keep in mind and put yourself in the shoes of the consumer. And as soon as they realize that they're being marketed to, a lot of them tend to shut down these days. So you want to create as seamless an experience as possible for that entertainment stream. So in one case, we're developing a video game for teenagers, and it needs to be at the level of other video games that they play out there. So we're working with top people at Xbox to create that experience. And the experience itself is actually organic to the message that we're trying to get across to the teens, but it's delivered in such a way that it's just part of the experience, as opposed to, okay, let's tack on logo here or tack on logo at the very beginning and let them know who it's for and let them know that it's an ad, and just let them enjoy the actual entertainment of the video game itself. Similarly, I think it goes the same for experiences. It can even go the same for long-form content, short films, etc., where the brand is, while linked appropriately to what you're bringing forth to the consumer, is not so overtly mentioned to the point where the consumer repels from it because they feel like they're being advertised to.
So let me ask you, coming out of the new fronts, and we're sort of in the middle or end of the upfronts, how do you see the 30-second ad or advertising around premium video? What's changed? What do you hear from your clients? What do consumers want? How has advertising around premium video changed?
I think that the onus is definitely harder than ever, with everyone being able to skip everything or fast forward through it on their DVRs. But I do still think there is nothing more powerful than great storytelling. There's a great quote by Susan Cradle. She said that storytelling will die when the world is perfect. So we have nothing to worry about, in other words. And I think, though, that the onus on great storytelling has never been higher because it's more pervasive than ever. It's everywhere around us, and we have access to it like never before. So I think that there's that side of the equation. And then the other side of it is, I think that we need to tell fresher stories in new mediums. So on one side, I think a lot of people equate film with television. But if you think about digital, overwhelming majority of digital is content, is online video. And whether or not you're telling a narrative in that space or whether you're telling a narrative on a television doesn't necessarily really matter. And I also even think just television unto itself, forget online video for a second, is far from dead. One of the most successful, famous, talked about universally pieces of film this year aired on the Super Bowl.
Cool. And finally, there's a lot of talk about big data. That's a big conversation in Cannes and in our industry in general. And you guys have used data in considering campaigns, but actually, what about the use of data in versioning, creative optimization, the whole idea of actually targeting or creating advertising for groups or individuals?
Sure, I think that we've come into the age where the consumer is king and they want everything on their terms. So being able to access them on a one-to-one level, on a more customized level, is vital. And it's obviously prohibitive to do all of these versions through a normal course of staffing. To have someone sit there and do millions of versions for each individual person would be insane and would kill them. They'd work even longer hours than possible. So knowing that there's only 24 hours in a day, it's incredibly important to be able to tap into data, to mine for this ability to reach people on this more customized basis, to have this versioning and make things more programmatic so that it's automated. But you're always going to need someone to set it up first, to set the tone, to set the voice, to set the message of that campaign, and then allow data and the optimization to take it from there and version it out for everyone.